You know that sneaky way people express their frustrations without actually saying what they mean? It's as common as that one friend who always forgets to reply to your texts. Or if you've ever felt an uncomfortable feeling when it seems someone's giving you the cold shoulder or making snarky remarks instead of just saying what's on their mind. This is called passive-aggressive behavior. This is a type of conflict avoidance where people express their frustrations through sarcasm, vague comments, and other, sometimes not so subtle ways. According to the Mayo Clinic, a passive aggression is a pattern of indirectly expressing negative feelings instead of openly addressing them. There's a disconnect between what a passive-aggressive person says and what he or she does. This behavior often stems from a fear of confrontation, a lack of verbal communication skills, or even a desire for control. Sometimes cultural influences come into play too. But here's the good news. With a little skill, we can learn to master the situation effortlessly. By understanding what's behind it and learning how to respond effectively, you can turn those awkward interactions into opportunities for a genuine connection. Plus, you'll walk away with what you want, whether it's clarity, cooperation, or just a little bit of peace of mind. So let's dive in and figure out how to deal with passive-aggressive behavior with confidence. Dealing with passive-aggressive behavior is like you're playing a game of emotional hide and seek. And let's be real, that game is not fun for anyone. So let's also get real about what passive-aggressive behavior is. It's essentially a way of avoiding conflict. It's a style of conflict management that's characterized by indirect resistance to the demands or expectations of others. Instead of expressing feelings openly, individuals may resort to subtle acts of defiance. And let's be honest, many of us here don't particularly enjoy confrontation. It can be difficult to have a tough conversation with someone at work or even a close friend. Dropping hints or sarcasm, which are malicious comments played off as a joke, may seem like an easy way to show our frustration while sidestepping the confrontation, but it often leads to more misunderstandings and unresolved conflicts. According to Dr. Scott Wetzler, a clinical psychologist and the author of Living with the Passive-Aggressive Man, a joke can be the most skillful passive-aggressive act there is. Well, it's because it allows them to say negative things to people, and then if confronted, say, they were simply joking. When we learn to recognize this behavior in ourselves and in others, this awareness helps us to steer conversations toward more constructive communication. Still, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Why should I care about passive-aggressive behavior? Well, here's the scoop. When you recognize passive-aggressive behavior, you can handle it with finesse and get what you want without losing your cool. Plus, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches, and who doesn't want that? Before digging in to how to handle passive-aggressive behavior, it might be helpful to answer the question of why we act this way. Number one, fear of confrontation. Many people avoid direct conflict because they worry about the emotional fallout or negative reactions that could come from being open. Number two, lack of communication skills. Some individuals simply don't know how to express their feelings effectively, so they resort to passive methods. Number three, according to psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson, author of Constructive Wallowing, How to Beat Bad Feelings, being passive-aggressive doesn't mean you're a malicious person. Instead, it can be a strategy we use when we think we don't deserve to speak our minds, or we're afraid to be honest and open. Number 4, desire for control. Passive-aggressive behavior can feel like a way to have more control without directly challenging the other person. Number 5, attention seeking. People may act passive-aggressively when they feel ignored or when they feel that their needs aren't being met, leading to frustration they struggle to express. Number 6, cultural influences. In some cultures, being direct is frowned upon, leading people to express their feelings in more indirect ways. So, how can we handle it like a boss? Number 1, we can spot the signs. Keep an eye out for those sarcastic comments or the famous silent treatment. If someone's being vague or dodging your questions, it's like a red flag waving at you. Just think of it as your emotional radar. Number 2, stay calm. When you encounter passive aggressiveness, take a deep breath. Channel your inner Zen master. Reacting with frustration will only fuel the fire. Instead, approach the situation with curiosity. I wonder what's really going on here. Number 3, know what you want. Keep your goals in mind. Ask yourself, what do I want from this conversation? Whether it's a resolution, a deeper understanding, or just a bit of peace. Having a clear intention can guide your approach. Number 4, call it out gently. You don't have to go full detective mode, but addressing the behavior can be super helpful. Try saying something like, I noticed you seemed a bit off about our plans. Is everything okay? This opens the door for them to express themselves without feeling attacked. Number 5, encourage direct communication. Let's be honest, most of us appreciate a little honesty. Encourage your friends or coworkers to share their feelings openly. You can say, hey, I'm all ears if you want to chat about what's bothering you. No judgment here. Dr. Courtney Warren, a Harvard-trained psychologist, says, remind them that you care and are willing to talk if and when they're ready. In the meantime, walk away and focus on what you do have control over, you. Number 6, be patient. Change takes time, so don't expect overnight miracles. Be patient with yourself and others as you all work on improving communication. Number 7, set the example. Be the change you want to see. Model direct communication yourself. When you express your feelings and needs clearly, it sets a positive example for others to follow. Again, what's in it for you? By dealing with passive-aggressive behavior effectively, you'll not only make your life easier, but also create a more open and honest environment around you. Imagine a world where everyone feels comfortable expressing themselves without fear. You'll foster better relationships at work, at home, and with friends. So, next time you encounter a passive-aggressive moment, remember, you've got the tools to steer through it with confidence. With a little patience, a little humor, and direct communication, you can turn those tricky situations into opportunities for connection and understanding.